All right, we should be live. For some reason, it registers kind of slowly. I don't know if it starts right away, but I think it does. If it does, we're
The
good.
booth. Yeah. Yeah. I found a piece of glass in my foot earlier.
Oh, like,
Yeah.
was it just in your house?
It was in my foot.
But, like, how did this happen? Did you just not feel it? And it just,
I don't know what you're asking me because all I said was I found a piece of glass in my foot.
but how did you, was it like bleeding? Like, or was it so small that it just,
It hurt. My foot hurt. And I had socks on, so I don't know what happened, but it was in my toe.
that's crazy. Did you like break anything like in the house as of recently to where,
No. Uh-uh.
that's so
So
weird.
here's the crazy part. I was working on somebody yesterday, um, doing some Twain massage, and they had socks on, and they had a piece of glass in their foot. And they were like, "Oh, I'm going to get the piece of glass out tomorrow from the doctor." And then this morning, I got a piece of glass in my foot, and I was wearing socks.
That's so wait.
I know,
But
right?
so this guy had it so bad that like he couldn't even remove it himself. This was like such a thin piece.
I don't know if it was deep. I don't know what caused it, but yeah, they said I need to get this removed by a doctor, probably a physician's assistant, not a real doctor. But
Wait, could you
then,
remove yours? Did you have to like go
yeah,
to a
I did.
doctor? Okay. I wonder if that
But
guy
here,
was just like too worried. I wonder if he didn't want to like, because a piece of glass, I imagine someone just goes and just shoot and you just pluck it out.
sometimes it goes in past the skin level, and there's no. So
That would hurt
this
so
is
bad.
this is a crazier part. I don't know how this happened, but I found a piece of glass in my mouth like 2 hours after I pulled this glass out of my foot, which I had thrown away.
That's crazy. That's so weird. Where's all this glass coming from? Like you're
I
living in
don't
a glass
fucking
zone.
know, dude. I know. I'm the
Wait,
glass zone.
was the glass like, was it a big chunk? Was it like a chunk?
No, no, it was a small piece of glass, but I could have easily swallowed it.
That guy like gave you like the glass like he
I don't
like
know,
he touched you. You're like, oh, like all of a sudden like
bro.
glass just starts coming.
Bro, all I'm saying is
That's
those are the
crazy.
facts. Those are the facts, and I was also talking about glass half full last night.
That's crazy. I
Hmm.
see the glass in your foot. That makes complete sense. Like, you know, like something was in the apartment for a while, you stepped on it, but the glass in your mouth, that's
I know.
where does that come from? That's crazy. Damn.
Yeah,
Wait, was it like dangerously like sharp and small like piece of glass that you found, or was it like
it was like literally one of the smaller shards of glass you can find.
damn.
So like, would were you to like squeeze it between your two fingers, it probably would like cut into your hand.
Oh, dang, that's crazy.
I know, right?
That guy just like he sent his glass to you.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, I'm going to see Rick Glassman on Sunday.
Oh, you're going to a live show?
Uh huh.
Nice, nice.
I've shown you clips of Rick Glassman before.
Yeah, actually, I've seen a few of his episodes as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Which ones have you seen?
I think I saw one that he did. He had this woman who like it was for a while people thought she was like what do you call that, like an industry plant because she like popped off so quickly, but she really just started on TikTok and she ended up
Oh,
doing like this podcast. I can't remember her name. uh
Bobby Althop.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
He called her Bobby Olaf from Frozen.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Rick, he's done like 250 episodes, and I started watching him when he was in like the 50s. Um, he was doing this series where he would, during COVID, where he would have people come over. He lived on the second story. They would climb up onto his balcony, and then they would do a podcast with them on the balcony and him inside, and they would have headphones to talk to each other. So he had the balcony series, and he had Adam Devine on, the guy from Workaholics.
Okay, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, he's been in some movies since as well. But ever since that episode, I might have missed one or two, but of those 200 episodes that have happened since then, I've seen at least 197 of them.
Damn. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I've only seen a few here and there. I saw one with like Bobby Lee on.
Which
Yeah.
one?
Oh, that's a good question.
Was Bobby wearing a blue hat or a green shirt?
It was a while ago when I saw it. I don't think I remember that much detail. I remember it was one of them though. I don't think I've seen multiple. It was one where Bobby Lee was on.
Was Bobby like sneezing a lot and mucus was coming out?
I think yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. I've seen more of Tiger Belly, Bobby Lee's podcast, than Rick Glassman, but I've seen a few of his episodes too. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm a Rick Glassman super fan.
Nice.
So I'm going to Cobb's Comedy Club in San Francisco tomorrow at 7 p.m.
Oh, is he doing a stand-up?
Yeah.
Nice.
Stand-up. He also had Arnold Schwarzenegger on his podcast.
I have not seen that one. That's an interesting episode.
Yeah. Yep.
What's that background you got there? It looks like a video game.
I know. It's called the Discord Movie.
Discord Movie.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what a schneck is. Is that like a alternate reality version of a snack?
Could be.
Schneck.
It could be a restaurant that serves the neck of snakes.
This is starting to sound like some like dystopia where like they ran out of food, but like they have all this technology and everything, but for some reason now they just have to eat schneck. That's like the main meal of this society.
Based on this photo, yeah, that's all they have.
Yeah. I'm saying they've maintained like the technology levels, right? But like food wise, they fucked up. And now if you're having a snack, it's schneck.
Yeah.
And they kind of say it.
They had sneak too. I heard.
Sneak?
Yeah, snack and sneak are the only two foods.
Snack and sneak. Isn't sneak like sneak is a beverage, isn't it? Like there's an energy drink called sneak, I think. Yeah, with some schneck.
Yeah, but the thing is, an energy drink is actually more like a smoothie, so they kind of call it a food.
And kind of pull the wool over people's eyes too, because they're running low on supplies. So like for breakfast they're like, oh, just have a little sneak, put a little bit of powder in the water, it's fine, it's good, it'll sustain you until you can have your schneck. And they kind of say it with like it's like schneck. No one wants to dwell too much on it. It's very quick and robotic.
Yeah, exactly. So they only have one food, but they have this smoothie drink, and they're calling it a food so that they can have two foods.
Exactly. Sometimes you put a little bit of sneak as like, because there's no seasoning. You just season the snake neck with the sneak. So you get like a blue raspberry, just like sits and caramelizes as they cook it on the grill, and they serve it to you, and you're like, oh, schneck.
Yeah, but it looks like a vibrant society.
They're actually. You see that person?
Chicken with the clothes on. I see this person. That one. He's about to fight these people in this restaurant.
But look at his stance. He's defensive. He's like this. He's like ready to fight because like he is bracing himself for this schneck. He knows it's gonna be bad. He's He's like, oh. He's willing himself to go in.
Well, this guy has a gun about to shoot this person on the street.
Yeah, look at that. Like, crime's rampant in this society. Like, that guy's getting ready to, like, take out this guy.
And
the
this woman
competition.
is like doing workouts so she can be strong.
Yeah, you got to survive.
And this lady.
Oh my God, I didn't even see that. She's in the trees. She's hiding. That's
Yeah.
like in oh, what is that? Hunger Games. We're like, you know, hiding in the tree and being like, oh fuck, it's like they're coming. Schneck. Fuck. Gotta hide up here. This is bad.
Yeah, the government is really crazy there. They decided to name the only food, and the government, they named it the same thing. So it's hard to tell if this lady in the tree is running from Schneck, the food, or the government.
Yeah. And it really shows how much like Schneck is just a focal point of this society. It's everything. It's currency. People pay in Schneck. When you go to a shop, you like pull out the snake neck, and it's like valued depending on your seasoning. Like, could you get good spices for the Schneck? Did you like, did you just put a little bit of sneak on there? Just the cheap way to season it? How good is your Schneck? It's a good cut? Good cut Schneck?
Yeah, it's weird. They've been doing crazy experiments there too, where they had a cat and they put a snake neck inserted into the neck to make it a cat snake, and then the whole cat turned green. It's actually right here.
I'm seeing that. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Look at it. It's like a little creature. And look,
Yep.
they have little creatures. This society has been obviously experimenting on animals. Look at that little like octagon looking guy. They've
Got,
been
like, 3
messing
eyes.
around.
Yes, I mean seriously. I mean, look at this freaking chick man.
Oh my God. Look what they're doing to people. This is insane. And look at one is like become an entity within their religion. There's like a little guy sitting there with like the little yellow guy down there.
This one?
Yeah. Look at that dude.
Uh,
They framed him. They were so proud of what they did to this poor soul. They just stuck him by the stairs.
Yep. And hey, did you even notice this one right here?
Oh my God, yeah. He's hiding.
He's
Oh.
sitting on the snack restaurant.
You know what? I bet the humans eat them too because all they have is Schneck. It's the only way they get variety in their diet. Those guys are actually running around terrified.
Well, you know that the oligarchs, they harvest these beings. These are the ones that have escaped and integrated into society.
Yeah. They hunt him down. Except for that big guy. That big guy's looking the most relaxed. I think it's because he's so big. He knows he can just chill on the sidewalk and no one's going to mess with him. He's like, yeah, what are you going to do about it, huh? That guy's chilling.
Indeed.
And look at how they're threatening. Look at that sign in the background. Like on that little kiosk, it's like a gun. It's a flamethrower.
In this kiosk?
The other one in the
This
back,
over
just
here?
yeah, tucked in the
Oh,
back. It's a little gun with a flame. It's what the government forces use.
I don't see it.
You know, it's like look, it's like a little mini
Are you
short.
talking about this one?
No, it's a little bit up further. It's like way tucked in the back.
Way up here?
Next to the Discord sign. Oh, and Discord's taken over. This must be like some like strange oligarchic Discord society. Do you see the little kiosk back there? Right above the Schneck.
Oh, this way over here.
Yeah. It's a little
Man,
machine gun with like a flame coming out of it.
I guess you could call it that.
Yeah. Or they're
Oh.
selling guns.
By the way, do you know what is obstructing the view of that sign? It's a flying cow.
Oh my God. Wait, they've hung that cow from the light post. I don't think that cow's flying. I think they've I think they've strung him up. It's like the last like food. Like they've eaten schneck for so long. It's like the last cow, and they like hoisted its like carcass above the city so that people could remind themselves of what real beef was like.
Well, yeah, I think there's a lot of religions in town. As we can see, there's this guy on the neon sign, but there's a lot of controversy in town about actually what's happening with this cow. And some people believe that the cow is the second coming of Jesus Christ. So in this town square, there's kind of a religious tension around what that cow is doing up there.
You know, it gives that guy who's on the ground doing this a whole new meaning. He's actually bringing up his arms to do this and like look up and pray to the cow.
Okay.
The
He's
massive
about to go
cow.
like this to pray.
Yeah, that's how
Yeah.
they pray. They get really defensive before they pray, and then they go.
Oh, yeah, maybe
Yeah.
she's praying as well.
She could be, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the best background for sure.
That's a good one. A whole story there. Actually, I don't even. Oh no. Oh wait, never mind. Okay, they could see it. I think they couldn't see the full background. I think because you're cropped on stream, but oh well.
Maybe they didn't see the cow.
They might have not seen the cow, but that's okay.
Yeah.
They're just gonna have to trust.
Hashtag YOLO 420 Blaze.
That's right. It's for 4-5 today. Not 420 yet. 15 more days.
Yep. So we used the bathroom before we came on the stream. And I was like, okay. How was your bath, dude? How did it go?
Bath was pretty good.
Uh-huh.
I didn't use the room as much as the bath. Or no, I used the room more than I used the bath.
Can I use the bathroom? I only have a shower.
Interesting. No bath.
Yeah,
A
that's
part
what
of the
it said.
shower. You should correct people when they come over to your house. They say, "Can I use the bathroom?" And be like, "You can use the shower room."
Yep. And then I say bitch after.
Yeah. And then be like, "You know what? Actually, no, you can't. If you're not going to call it by its correct name, you can actually leave my house.
Mm-hmm.
Get out of
And then
here."
you're like, this isn't in a house. This is an apartment.
Yeah. That's actually, yeah. All of a sudden, you get evicted from your own apartment because you called it a house. And that guy's like, "Now I can use the shower room."
Well, my name is now wrong.
Oh, because you changed it?
Mm-hmm. Okay, there we go.
The tea gets cold so fast on sometimes. I don't know why. It's so unsatisfying, like cold tea.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yep.
And it's not even cold. It's like iced tea is a whole different thing. Like when it's iced, it's like it's either iced tea or it's hot tea. There's no like lukewarm. I don't want lukewarm tea. Like room temperature tea.
Yeah, and
like
that's why people like gossip so much.
Because they like to spill the tea. But what if it's just lukewarm tea?
Yeah, then they're not interested.
What's
They want the real shit, or they want to hear you talk shit about other people.
What would cold tea look like though? From like hot tea, like iced tea.
Iced tea is like stone cold facts. Like the tea is like, oh, you know, examples. And then, for hot tea would be examples, right? Of course.
I see.
Don't you get it?
I didn't understand. So the hot tea is kind of bullshit.
Oh yeah. So the hot tea would be like, oh yo, no, Teresa got divorced from Brandon, and then Teresa decided that she was gonna start dating Brandon's brother. And then Brandon and his brother Tyrese decided they're gonna have a fist fight to fight over Teresa. And then Teresa was like, okay, let's get a good referee. They invited Steve Harvey over, and ended up they knocked each other out at the same time. It was a draw. Teresa now has to become Steve Harvey's second wife. Who? That's hot tea, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
Ah. But truth tea is just like, yeah, the true cold tea is like, I feel like when people on the left who are afraid of totalitarianism that also are very strict about what language people use to describe things are trending towards this thing that they are uh, against uh, ideologically. That'd be cold tea.
But I feel like there's still an airing of like not gossip, but I don't know. No, I guess I get the example. Gossip versus like but the second one could be an opinion too.
Yeah, that's why I said I feel.
Ah. So like opinion over gossip, basically. Versus someone's
I
like
guess,
kind of
yeah.
like saying something so outlandish about somebody that it's like it's just hot tea.
Yeah, dude. I mean, nothing against hot tea. I'm just saying there's different kinds.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
In reality though, what would happen if she actually like dated his sister instead? So like the person got it wrong and made up this elaborate story, and it turned out she just dated his sister, and then they just both went their separate ways.
That'd be called a lie.
Yeah, it's
Uh-huh.
like someone like took something, but now have like exaggerated it. Now it's like now
They
it's
poured
like
sour milk in their hot tea.
yeah, exactly. Like really expired milk too. It's like
Crunchy.
some dank milk.
Yes. Yes, 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 indeed.
And all I have is just this
Absolutely.
lukewarm room temperature tea.
Yep.
Hey, hey, hey. Bow, ba-dope, 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 ba-dope. Hey, hot, hot. Hot tea. Hot tea. Cold tea.
Yeah, it has the taste buds are infused with the sensory receptors for temperature.
Hmm.
So your brain receives a different taste based on the temperature.
Interesting. See, I've never tried this kind of tea when it's well, I've tried it lukewarm and hot, but I've never tried it iced, like cold.
Mm-hmm.
Makes me kind of want to try that now.
You have ice?
I do, but I don't have very much tea left.
Yep.
There'll be a dilution that will occur now at this point. I need to make more tea. But in the future, when it gets warmer out, cold tea.
Yep. You know what they say? When it's cold out, eat watermelon.
Helps keep you hydrated, cool you off.
I mean, when it's hot. Did I say cold out? I meant hot out.
Oh, I thought you meant hot out too. I just it just registered in my head that way. I was just like, oh, it has to be.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's actually a Chinese herb. It's called watermelon.
Wait, is it the watermelon or is it not watermelon?
Yeah, it's
Like what?
watermelon. It's called it's a Chinese herb. It's called watermelon.
But is watermelon actually watermelon?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah,
Oh, nice. I like that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But you eat in the summer
Wait,
instead of ice cream. You'd eat a watermelon.
okay, that's
Yeah,
healthy. But
but
why
not
do
too
you
much.
only eat it in the summer? What happens? What happens if you eat it in the winter?
Nothing. Nothing really happens. I think it's all if you like eat. Let's say you like ate 2 watermelons in a day, maybe something would happen. Like for Christmas, if you ate 2 watermelons, maybe.
Hmm.
Cause like you really want to know about this?
Yeah,
Okay. Do I look fancy if I do this and I clean my
yeah. It looks
glasses
very
while I talk?
professional. If
Yeah,
you
while I
had like
talk.
a clipboard or something and a pen, it would look even more professional. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Okay. So I'll have my
Yeah, that's
coffee
better.
quickly.
Actually, I'll be like this. I'll be
Okay.
like
Because you're the
I'll be like the kid who like yeah, is like in class. Do I have like yeah.
what's I'm just trying to think like when you're like really deep in thought, is it would it be like would you be doing it? There seems to be like something where like you're
Oh,
like
like the pen shoe?
yeah, like you're finding it and you're like oh, there we go. That's what it is. It's like there we go.
Ah, okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay, can you
Yeah,
ask me
I'm more like
can you ask me again?
mhm.
So my
uh
line was like, yeah, you just if you in the summer just you want to eat watermelon.
mm. But teach. What happens if I eat a watermelon in the winter? Let's say I want to have a little slice. Hmm?
Okay. Well, he says watermelon in this winter. Okay. So, we have this phenomenon in nature. It's called the cycles of the seasons. Okay. So, what we have in this planet is a moon, an earth, and a sun. The earth spins, like this. When the earth is spinning, it also spins like this. Okay? This is happening around the sun, okay? And when you know it's actually happening in an oval, so like um when it's like this, then you can imagine that when the earth is like this and then it's going like this, there's going to be different amounts of sunlight energy being introduced into different climates across the earth. So I'm just going to draw a picture for you here. What was your name again, son?
Timmy.
Okay, Timmy. Is it Timmy or Timmy?
Timmy.
Okay.
With like a, a little pause in the middle there, like a little Timmy.
Okay. Timmy, this is an approximation of the Earth, okay?
Okay.
So just to spark your imagination. So when we have the Earth tilted on an axis, and then we have a sun shining rays of light on it, right? So we're going to use the test case of the equator, which happens to be right in the center of the Earth. But when it's tilted, the equator is now pointing sort of upwards. Have the sun when uh, this is the summertime because here, let's say in Mexico on the equator line, more sun is hitting directly on the equator. But when it goes around to the other side of the sun, now it's tilted away from the sun and it's getting less. So what we have is this the change in energy distribution of the photon molecules,
Like
and this
like photosynthesis. Teach.
Timmy, yes, yes, like photosynthesis. So you can see that um, based on that, different crops grow at different times of year, but also there's a different amount of heat throughout the year, okay, versus the winter and the summer. So what we have is in the winter, there's less heat, therefore, there is more cold. And one of the things that heat does to cold and dampness is it alleviates dampness. So in the winter time, there's more dampness by default. So we know this. Timmy, I know I've heard you're from the Pacific Northwest. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right. But for some reason, I sound like I'm from Boston.
Okay, Boston. Okay. So, Timmy, you know when it gets to about January or February, things are getting pretty wet around there. And that's dampness. And that's because of the tilt of the earth and its relationship to the sun. So now there's excess damp in the environment. What now? Let me ask you a question. Can you name a very dry food?
Uh,
It's like it's hard to chew because it's so dry. It sucks all the moisture out of your mouth.
Maybe like I was thinking like Jack's mom. You know? God, got him, guys. Like Jack's mom, get it? Yeah, but I mean, maybe like toast, dry toast. I mean, yeah, like Jack's mom.
Jimmy, okay, great. You're doing so good. Um, so I didn't hear what you said, but I'm just gonna say, imagine, yeah, you eat some grains. Let's say you eat a toasted piece of bread with no butter, no toppings. Okay, just imagine that. Or you're eating some Cheerios with no milk. That's a drying food. Okay, so if
Or
you were to be,
eating Jack's mom.
yeah, Apple Jacks too. That would
Apple
work. That's a
Jacks.
different kind of cereal. So, um, when you when you eat the food, then it's gonna dry out the inside of your body, right? Just by default. So we're creating a homeostasis between this dampness in the environment. Perhaps the dampness is entering our bodies. When it's raining out, like the liquid goes through your pores. So what we have here is now a very, very damp food would be this Chinese herb called watermelon. So if you're already damp in February, why would you add more dampness to your body?
I mean, maybe Jack's mom could use a little bit more dampness in her diet all times of the year, if you know what I mean. Oh, but yeah, other than that, you wouldn't.
Yeah,
Yeah, you wouldn't take. You
yeah,
you wouldn't you wouldn't have it during that time of the year. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, you wouldn't have
Um,
it that time of the year.
uh, yeah. Jimmy's gonna fail the psych evaluation,
Oh,
so he's gonna have to go into solitary confinement. He is a danger to himself and others.
oh my God.
Jimmy, you have 5 minutes until you're gonna be locked up for the next 25 years. So you know you are a menace to society, and it's deplorable. You are.
Boo.
You are.
What? I'm
You
John.
are.
I'm
You are
I'm a
offensive.
I'm a transfer student.
Excuse me.
I'm John. Transfer student. Nice
What
to
do you?
meet you. I like to wear
Where?
my glasses like this.
Where are you? Where? Can you tell me where you are right now, John?
Yep. I'm at school. I'm in a class. Yeah.
That's so interesting. How did you get here?
Uh, I'm just transferred. A few days ago.
No, how did you get into this room?
Uh, yeah. I just know some people, like Jack's mom.
Okay. Psychosis. We Can we get the judge on the line? We might have to bump it up to 30 years. He's now impersonating sane people.
No, just John. Just John. John.
Mhm.
Yep. Mm.
So is it John or John?
John. With
Okay.
a ugh.
Okay.
A nice like
So
a G at the end.
so
If you put like a G pronoun.
okay. Okay. So um this is not a classroom. Okay. Do you notice there's no other students here? What this really is this is area 47.
Yeah, right next to 41. Yep. Hmm.
No. We're in Calgary, Canada actually. And we are a part of a task force to bring sanity to all humans. And our task force is actually led by Dr. Professor Jordan Peterson. And he has been granted authority by the Canadian government to jail anybody that he sees unfit. My name is Borsworth Cargmand, and I've been your evaluator today. And I'm so sorry that you don't fit into society.
Is it
So
kind of like how Jordan, imprisoned his mom last week?
I'm not aware of that. Perhaps
Oh, sorry.
do you
I'm
mind?
wearing my
Do,
glasses wrong.
oh, do
Yeah,
you
yeah.
mind telling me um where you learned that information?
Nope.
Oh, you don't mind. Okay. So
Yeah.
what is it?
No, I'm sorry. I'm wearing my glasses wrong.
Wait, so can you tell me where you got that information from?
Uh, Jordan's mom.
Oh, so Jordan's mom told you that Jordan put her in prison.
Yeah,
Okay. And through what means of communication did she share this with you?
through his grandmother.
So the
Got him.
grandmother, how did the grandmother share this information with you?
Yeah. Well, he's been talking about some weird things about his grandmother some weird
Okay,
dreams about his grandmother.
so
I'm not saying
when did
anything more. This is
when
classified
did the
information.
when did the grandmother tell you?
Just that Jordan's been having some weird dreams
When did
about
she
pubes and
tell
stuff.
you? When did she tell you?
Oh, all the time.
So you said security clearance. Where exactly did you obtain security clearance from?
From Jordan's mom.
Oh, okay. So what sort of classification does she have?
Well, she's Jordan's mom.
Oh, right. He's
Yeah.
heading the task force. So by default, um, could you tell me what sort of security clearance this is?
Uh, it's a Jordan's mom security clearance.
So is it a John now
Here,
or
let me pull up. Let me pull up. Jordan saying that it's all right. It's all right that I'm here. Let me just pull up a nice little clip of him.
I,
All right, here we go.
how did he
Uh,
get his phone? How did he get
let
his phone into the interrogation?
let me just read off a little bit here from Jordan Peterson. Some of his
Oh,
writings, some of his famous writings.
I thought you were gonna play a video. Okay, go ahead.
No, I decided to go with the text version just to give you a better idea of what he's thinking. It came up first on my phone, if I'm being honest. But this is a good one. I gotta put on my glasses for this. You can get blind if you read it without protection. It says, I dreamed I saw my maternal grandmother sitting by the bank of a swimming pool, which was also a river. Her genital region was exposed dimly. It had the appearance of a thick mane of hair. She was stroking herself absentimentally. She walked over to me with a handful of pubic hair, compacting them into something that resembled a large artist's paintbrush. She pushed this at my face. I raised my arm several times to deflect her hand. Finally, unwilling to hurt her or interfere with her any further, I let her have her way. She stroked my face with the brush gently and said, like a child, "Isn't it soft?"
Okay, can you tell me what the context was this for, John?
Just some writing, sir. A famous publication from him.
So no details on that.
No, no. That's it. That's my my evidence that I'd like to present today.
All right. So what my concern is that you might have higher security clearance than me, and I'm concerned that I'm being secretly evaluated, and I don't want to lose my job.
Okay. I understand. Yes.
So can you confirm or not if I'm being evaluated?
What? No. No, you're not being evaluated. No.
Oh.
And we're definitely in Canada.
Oh. How did I get here? I can't remember anything past. Oh, wait. I was drugged.
Oh,
I remember now.
I know what you're talking about.
I was with Jordan's mom.
Oh my God.
I was writing. I'm a journalist. I was writing your mom. I was even saying, getting an interview from Jordan's mom. What did your mom's pubic hair look like? I thought. Pubic
Be
hair.
careful.
Yes, the pubic hair of grandma. And then I was going to publish in the Wall Street Journal.
Yeah, guys, someone's got to get him out of here. Someone's got to get this guy out of here.
Fuck. I need to call my mom.
Oh my God.
My mom's Sandra Bullock. She's not gonna have any of this.
I don't know who that guy was.
What's going on?
I don't know who that guy was. Someone broke into my house.
Who?
I don't know. Someone. I don't know where that.
What guy?
I don't know. This is some guy. He stole my hat too and my clothes. Some people these days, you know.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Some people. Yeah.
I know. Sandra Bullock's my mom.
Did she actually go to space?
No. She
Damn.
went to prison though.
She went to prison. Damn.
Yep. And to India.
So she didn't actually meet that one guy in space.
George Clooney.
George Clooney. No. Yeah. No.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe in prison.
But Sandy also was a football player and had a drug addiction.
Was it caffeine?
I don't know. It was just I think it was like 21 Reasons or something. It was like a movie about how she was a drug addict, and then they did a play at the end.
Probably caffeine. Very dangerous.
Yep. Sandy Bullock.
Is she actually like Sandy?
Yeah, that's what Adam Ray calls her.
So, Sandy is Sandy.
Yep. Sandy.
Was she born on a beach?
Yep. I think her mom was a beached whale, actually.
Mm.
And that's interesting because Rick Glassman knows Adam Ray. They're friends. Adam Ray is Dr. Phil. Adam Ray went to the same high school as my dad. Dr. Phil won Guest of the Year on Kill Tony. Tony used to date Esther Pavitsky. Esther and Rick Glassman used to do a podcast together.
Mm.
Esther Pavitsky is married to Dave, who has been a writer on Judd Apatow films. Judd Apatow You see how it can just go on forever?
Yeah, you know what I'm getting from this is that Dr. Phil is a terrorist.
Yeah. So that's crazy.
Yeah. An interdimensional terrorist too. Obviously, he's just like corrupting different people's memories and he's injecting himself into people's lives. It's quite dangerous.
Yeah. I don't know exactly what to say to that.
I mean, sometimes it's just like one of those things where it's so shocking.
Dr. Phil. That used to be my artist name.
Dr. Phil?
Yeah.
Oh, did you have to like is it copyright? He's like
No, it was just Doctor Dr. Fill.
Oh, Dr. Pill.
Fill.
Fill. Ah,
Dome da dome da dome da
like you're
dome dome
filling.
dome. Yeah, like a drum fill.
Oh yeah,
Dum
or
dum 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 dum.
I thought it was scooping, like you were Phil.
Kinda. But yeah, so I just took the doctor and I turned it into a JJ.
I like that. I like it.
And then there's a Dr. JJ, aka Julianne Lane, who I went to college with. So she was Dr. JJ before I was. Well, hold on. I was Dr. JJ before she was.
You got to take her out.
She's engaged now, I think. So that's not gonna happen.
2 against 1. That that would be bad. Yeah.
She's debating Lars, and Lars is, not to get too associative, but Lars was married to Elsa's sister,
From Frozen.
who was really good friends with Olaf, which is Rick Glassman, Bobby Olaf. Which is, again, Cobb's Comedy Club, 7 o'clock on April 7th.
So you're saying that if you try to take her out, you're going to have like 5 different people?
I'm gonna kick out of the yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You're right. Man, it's so interesting to think that, like, you can think of anything, but what you've been thinking about will be what you've been thinking about, unless you're thinking about something else. So check this out. Ready? Actually, how about this? Think of something. Okay.
Okay.
Now think of SpongeBob. Okay. How many degrees of separation can you make? Like, make links from SpongeBob to whatever you were thinking of.
I just wiped up butter, melted butter on my counter with a sponge.
You were thinking of melted butter?
I was thinking of butter. Just butter.
So just one step. Okay. So actually say what you're thinking of now.
This is butter.
No, the next one.
Oh, like a new one?
Yeah.
Okay. Curtains.
Okay. Now do killer whale.
A killer whale broke through the window and destroyed my curtains.
Nope. That's not. No, it's not a story.
Yeah.
It's association.
That
didn't happen.
But did you not just jump through? I live on the beach.
Nope.
Yeah. And it went, and I've been taunting it for the past few weeks. I go outside.
I go outside
with
this is bullshit.
No.
Stop
I go outside.
Stop it.
I go outside with some salmon every day, and I go, boo, you can't have it. And I go back inside, and one day the whale just and just blasted into the house.
Story's over.
Okay.
Now think of something else.
Okay. Floors.
Okay.
Floorboard.
Be more specific. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, floorboard. So now, instead of saying sentences, say words, single words, to get you from floorboards to Tesla Model X.
Okay. Floorboards, wood. It's actually plastic. Tesla. Plastic becomes the Tesla. Like, imagine somebody, like, took their floorboard. Like, okay, I have to explain now. This is the explanation
Okay, but
part.
damn, that
So
was
I'm
that.
driving.
That means you didn't do good, and it should be
No,
self-explanatory.
no, but I'm driving my Tesla. I crash it, right? And I don't want to take
Mhm.
it to the Tesla facility because it's too expensive to get repairs there, and no mechanics will take a Tesla. So
See, now
I
this has just
drive
turned
back
into a
home,
story.
and I remember
I
that
get it. I
my
get it, dude.
floorboards are wood.
Because you
Yeah,
know what? Because you know
yeah,
what? Because I got the story,
yeah, yes.
and you did it right,
Mm.
and there was no need for the explanation.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, plastic. It's like,
But how about this? Like, you see how that happens. So you were thinking about Teslas being plastic, and that became your story. So like, when I say bathroom, then I'm like bathroom, rheumatoid arthritis, Tai Chi reduces pain. So it's whatever comes in goes through what we're already thinking about, and then we think about it.
okay, yeah, yeah. I see what you mean.
So the rheumatoid arthritis, Tai Chi reduce pain. Then we're like, okay, what do I want to be thinking about?
Mm.
I want to be thinking about. I want to be thinking about this.
About moves?
Yep, moves. But I want to be thinking about thinking. I want to be thinking about what makes somebody able to think for themselves.
I don't know.
Does it need to be taught? Can it be taught? Are you born with it?
There's
Are
like it's critical thinking.
Yes. We have critical thinking to solve problems, but just because someone can solve problems doesn't mean they're thinking critically. Because imagine you're sitting in a cave, you're looking at a wall, there's a giant flame behind you and your friends, you're chained to a rock.
Plato. Plato. Plato.
This is a sexual orgy, and you have been chained up. You have volunteered yourself
Oh,
to be a submissive.
there's a little twist on Plato.
However, someone whispers in your ear, I'm scared. Please, can you escort me out of here?
Is that guy Plato?
No,
No.
his name's John.
Oh, John.
And what happens is you run an escort service. You are an escort. You decide, I want this new business. I volunteered to be a submissive. I need to make some money. I need to pay my taxes. Then all of a sudden, you and John come outside. You see the sun for the first time in 2 days. They were trying to make you extremely weak by not feeding you or feeding you any water. Did you learn anything by being in the cave? Did you did you did you even know that you could have had this business opportunity while you were in the cave?
I mean, did uh did the other guy tell me that he got into the escort business? Because otherwise, I'd know that that guy is an escort business guy. You know, he's running an escort business.
Yeah, but you didn't know that you'd find a client during the volunteer service, you know?
Hmm. Is that
That's all
guy
I'm
Plato?
saying.
Is he Plato, the guy who owns the escort business?
Yeah.
All right. I
He
thought
just
so.
left that yeah, it was
So
him.
I knew
He
it.
left that out though, when he shared the story with others. But what this is all about is who is somebody who is thinking about what they want to be thinking about. Because just because you study computer science and you are good at finding out how many birds migrated from Lebanon last year because your business paid you to do it does not mean you're thinking. It means you have a job and that you do your job well. But who is commissioning these Lebanese bird migration statistics and why? It turns out that there's a pharmaceutical company who's merging with an oil company, and they had um, this thing where these birds were covered in oil, and then all of a sudden they got struck by lightning, firebirds landing on top of a Ford factory. And dude, there's this whole lawsuit when they thought that it was arson, and it's like, fuck, dude, I'm just doing my job. I just found out how many birds there were, but it's like, do you realize that people are doing this?
Yeah. I imagine though. Imagine if that guy misreported on the birds purposely if he knew. Imagine if that guy found out what was really going on and he said, there's not actually like 25 birds migrating to this area. There's 2.
What if he lied?
Because he knew. Now it's changed his direction of thought because he he found out what it was for and he was like, no, fuck birds. He's a bird hater. He hates the birds. He's a bird hater.
Yeah.
No.
So anyway, I don't know what your point is from that, but all I'm saying is who decides what one thinks of? Who decides what one thinks of and what exactly would I want to be thinking about? What would I want to be thinking about? So
You mean
rheumatoid
without
arthritis.
influence? Like without other people's influence? Like if there was no one else influencing your thought in your life, what would you think about? Or what would be your direction of thought?
Yeah. What would an original thought be like?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Because my thought is rheumatoid arthritis, Tai Chi resolves joint pain, but this is a study that somebody else did. And this is a name. Rheumatoid arthritis is something that somebody came up with.
Yeah, and I guess Tai Chi would be based off of like your own life experience, like what you're doing right now. Right? Like you
Yeah.
only know what you know because of the life that you've lived. I don't know if there's such thing as an original thought because that's kind of a good question. There's like even an adaptation or like movies or like writing. There's an idea with music, any sort of like anything that's created. There's this idea that there is no such thing as originality, like complete originality. There's this like thought that everything is somehow influenced from everything else, and there's no such thing as something that's truly original because it'll just be based on something else or something else
Yeah.
around that person.
But I don't buy it. I don't buy that.
No?
No. All I'm saying in terms of original thought is like, I have this song on my new album. It's called Nobody Told Me. And it's basically saying like nobody told me that like I'm like responsible for my own life and my own thoughts and my own actions, you know? Like nobody said, Jake, this is your life. It's you do it. You know? I've done it. But like but what I'm saying is like when I've sat down and I've said, what do I want to think about? I know what I've been thinking about, but what do I want to be thinking about? And what do I want to be thinking about is what I'm creating, you know, like the life, what I'm creating, what I'm making, and ultimately that comes down to learn and education, just learning am being this person in the community. You know what I'm saying? Bringing my person, my body into the community.
I
Imagine
get
like
that.
imagine like 1,000 people, and I'm doing this speech, right? Because I'm practicing for that speech right now. And I'm going like this. And it's part of my point that I'm making for my presentation. And then the crowd goes wild. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's that's what I want.
Hmm.
Because I'm like this.
See, you gotta find a way to make that communication
I know,
understandable.
I know, right? But that's it. That's creativity.
Yeah. So you mean like are you trying to like discern also what like makes an original thought an original thought?
What makes an original thought? I think a thought that has arisen from questioning what an original thought is.
What if the answer though is like there might be a few hidden like indicators like let's say somebody didn't grow up around other people, right? So there were no
Mm-hmm.
other thoughts influencing them. But let's say that the environment that they grew in was like maybe it was like hostile, like the woods or like it was a dangerous part of the woods. I don't know what
Mm-hmm.
part this would be, but some dangerous parts of the woods. And based off of what they're experiencing in that environment, their thought process gets kind of forged by the environment that they're living in just naturally.
Mm-hmm.
But now every single thought that they're having, although it's not directly correlated necessarily to this environment, there's traces of it. And not that that person isn't going to change, but them changing might result in them leaving that environment somehow. And the next environment might add to that, you know, that element, you know?
I think that's boring.
Maybe. It could be.
Yeah, because ultimately, like, I get it. There's logic to that, what you just said. But like then it's just like this happens and then this happens and this happens. But like what what is so like what you're saying is there's only environmental factors going into this cognition. And I just refuse to believe that because the thing is, depending on what you believe is going to be you're going to have a direct result of what you experience in life. So like you know that it's just the beliefs which are a doorway for the experience. So when we're like that, then we're like, okay, then what beliefs do I want to have, and how do my beliefs impact what my thoughts are? Because if you believe that you're a dog, you're going to be a dog if you believe it. So what sort of beliefs do you want to have? Do you want to believe that you could you could be more successful as an actor than Jim Carrey? Do you want to believe that that's possible? Does believing that make it more possible? I think so. So the beliefs is sort of like this is this can be malleable. This can be something that we ponder.
See, I think there's a certain amount that can like mind over matter sort of situation, right? Um it could be somewhere in between though. I think there's a bit of both, you know? Like there's like
It can be
an
whatever you want is what my point is.
okay. I mean, you could theoretically again like mentally overcome your environment. Um I still don't think it necessarily means that the environment is just like um there's no like justification to the environment having some like influence But I think you can theoretically overcome it. I mean, theoretically, if you, you know, change your mindset and you just live by that, I mean, no one's gonna stop you unless
Yeah,
your
but I
environment somehow does. But if you don't live in an environment that's gonna stop you from doing that, I mean, theoretically, I don't know.
okay.
Yeah,
So yes, good. So what my response to that would be is my example of the dog was just an extreme one, just to make the point that when you're having a belief, you're having an experience, and an experience is the only thing you have, really. But when it comes down to it, like the ultimate creativity is being very truthful about what is occurring in the environment and just recognizing that, like, taking what is and then reframing it, like, like those little kaleidoscope tubes that you would look down and you would turn it and like the geometric shapes would change. You've
yeah,
seen those? Kaleidoscope.
yeah.
So like you have the events in your life, right? You were raised in the woods, it was dangerous, but like through creativity you take that kaleidoscope lens and you turn it a little bit, and then you can become like this advocate for like safe nature experiences, and you can lead expeditions into the forest, and all of a sudden it's the creativity, it's the making what's true and what is into like the ultimate creative expression. So there's no negation of the truth, it's just an acceptance and expansion of the truth.
Yeah. I don't have quite as much flexibility, unfortunately. I'm stuck in this chair and the mic too. Are you using a mic stand, like a solid one?
Yep.
Hmm. You know, I feel like there's an advantage to having your desk not facing like a wall. You know,
Yeah. Yeah, why is that?
just because, like, I've created a cubicle, but I can see my door. So if anyone comes into my house, I can like I can like immediately I know they've come in. No one's sneaking up on me because my door's right there.
Yeah, it's also locked, right?
It is, yeah, yeah. At least I think so. Yeah, yeah. I don't always lock it in the day. Sometimes I come home. I didn't have any classes today, but sometimes when I come home, um, from class, I'm like, I just don't. I don't lock it until nighttime comes. Maybe I shouldn't be saying that. Like someone like is like, someone watches it later. Get him.
Well,
Like,
now you'll
oh,
lock it.
in the middle of the day.
Now you'll lock it during the day.
Yeah, I guess now I have to. Yeah. Now that I've leaked my habits. Not that anyone watch. I mean, look, it's zero views. No one's joined.
Yeah, dude, I mean, that's it. That's creativity.
That is. I mean, what we're doing right now on this podcast, what we've been doing for the past how long have we been podcasting? We took like a year break, right?
Dude, at least a decade, right?
Yeah. How long? Yeah, cuz we started before COVID, I think. Or
Uh-huh.
maybe it was right, wasn't it right before COVID? It was before COVID, I think, when we first
No, it was
started.
right at, it was in the middle of COVID because it was in the studio.
That's right, it was. Yeah, and I remember because we had to wear the masks going into the building.
Mm.
Yeah,
Did we?
I do remember that. Yeah, because we'd wear them until we got to your place in the studio, and then
Oh, damn.
yeah, whenever I took a bathroom break, I remember putting it back on to go back through because bands were still practicing, um,
Oh,
in
I
that
don't remember
area.
what did that bathroom look like, dude? I don't remember what that bathroom looked like.
That was It was a very like small bathroom. I remember it wasn't like anything fancy. It was like like it looked like a band. Like there was like graffiti too. Like people had like
Oh,
signed
maybe
like
there's some graffiti down there.
yeah. It was kind of cool. I liked it would fit the vibe, you know?
But I think it was maybe 3 years ago.
I think yeah. So and then we took like it was I think less than a year break. So we've been doing this for a while now. Like at
Uh
least
huh.
3 years about.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, that did you like that switch up on the Socrates story?
I did. I did.
Yeah.
Wait, no, wait, is it not Pluto? It's Socrates.
No, I don't know. Yeah, I think it's Plato.
Because like it's whoever has the cave allegory, and I
Who?
think it's Pluto who has the cave,
Yeah,
who
Plato.
did the thing with the cave. Yeah, he was the cave guy.
Yeah. But anyway, I was going there, and then you called it out, so I had
I
to.
I liked it. I wanted to like I wanted to play the game where like I guess like where he is in the story. Like is he the prostitute guy? Maybe he's the prostitute. I mean, he could be anywhere in there hiding. And I was thinking like it's perfect because like imagine if he lied. Imagine if like there was a massive prostitution ring in these cave systems, and he was like this is really interesting, and he was writing it, and then he was like prostitute, and he just crossed out the word, and he was like I don't need to mention that. Like his flashbacks, like oh,
Oh, that's a good story.
yeah. I like that better. I like that version better, where he's like involved in this weird stuff going on in these caves, and he's like I can't talk about this.
That'd be a good like limited series of like all these. It's like a historical drama that's like messed up just a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you could have Neil Armstrong landing on the moon for the first time, and then like he comes home, and then he's gets really black. He gets blackout drunk, and he tells all his friends that he was masturbating when he first landed on the moon.
Yeah, he he found like he found like a space rock and he took it back into the habitation with him, and he just kind of he got it all lubed up. He wanted to be the first man to fuck the moon. Basically, he started drinking and he started talking with the other guy. Buzz Aldrin was the guy who floated around the moon, right? He stayed in the craft, but who came with him?
Dude, I know Neil, and I know Buzz. That's it.
Yeah, and I know the third guy. They always say he's the one who gets forgotten for some reason. But whoever was there with
He's the
him,
one who gets forgotten.
yeah, whoever was there on the ground with him, right in the habitation, like they got drunk together, and he was like, "Bro, I'm gonna be the first one to fuck a space rock," and he was like, "No, no," and he wanted to be the first one too. But Neil, he's the reason why Neil Armstrong is the most remembered is because he got to the rock first.
Yeah, he effed the R.
Yep,
He effed the MR.
he did. There's like a scene in the show where like it shows both of them like they've grabbed a rock and they're running back to like the habitation slowly, boom, because they want to press the door and lock the other one out so they can
But
have the
they also
space
have
rock.
like they're digging out a crack in the rock as they're running.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The
They're
dust is
trying.
flying up in the air as they're running.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the moon rock foreplay.
That is, yeah.
You know, Michael Jackson was a martial artist.
I did not know that.
That's why he had such good hip mobility.
That's why he like and he like would.
But you know, like martial arts, depending on, is like really focused on like hips and like core strength, and so like, you know, like he would do like spins and stuff, and like yeah, so some martial arts training.
Mm. Damn.
Yeah, I've done 100 over. By the end of April, I'll have done over 100 hours of Tai Chi training this year.
Damn. That's crazy. You're getting a lot of hours in. Is that
I know,
you do
right?
that weekly?
Yeah, dude, I do at least 6 hours weekly.
Damn. That's good.
Yeah.
With the online classes that you're teaching now, I'm getting a little bit too.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
a little bit of Tai Chi. So hey, if anyone tries to come through my door, like I'm like my monitor is set up here. I launch over it. Ah,
Yeah.
I can use
There's a
these as
martial
like
arts.
I can like mess somebody up.
Yeah. Yeah,
My
you probably could.
That's right.
Well, on Sunday I'm performing for the Cal Cognitive Sciences. Um,
Ooh,
yeah.
is
You
it
know,
like a musical show or
no, no, no,
type?
it's Tai Chi. I'm performing Tai Chi. Yeah. So
Ah,
I was saying all the studies about, cardiovascular health and arthritis. It's being studied. So one of the leading research institutions in this country is Cal Berkeley. And so the Department of the Cognitive Sciences is watching a performance because they're so interested in researching the health benefits of Tai Chi.
nice. That's awesome.
So,
If anyone
yeah.
watches this in time, I don't know if it's a like if anyone can just go to the performance.
Yeah, you could try. I don't even know if it's publicized, but
Mm.
we could see.
Well, if it is open to the public, yeah. If anyone watches this before the event happens, go see it.
Yeah.
Support the chi. Yeah.
Support Chi, man.
Support the chi. All right. We've got how long was today's episode? Hour 30.
133, yeah.
Yeah. All right. I guess we'll see all you guys on I was trying to work in a chi some
See you at Chi PM on Friday.
see you chi PM on Friday. We've ended it.